Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today the Nintendo 2020 summer sale has begun, meaning we have a special episode of deals for you today, alongside our usual 10 under 10 and Saturday any price goes. This, I gotta say, it's a monster video for you though. We've got 21 games, so expect it to be a little bit more quickfire. And while I will say yes, we are focusing on the North American summer sale, a little more than half of these are available elsewhere, so we'll still be breaking down the pricing for US, UK, EU and AU. Before we get started though, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor for this video, HYPERCHARGE Unboxed, from the team over at Digital Cyber Cherries. This one, it's basically a first-person shooter mixed with a whole lot of small soldiers and maybe a dash of Toy Story. Thanks to Digital Cyber Cherries though, we have a special $20 eShop giveaway, and it's simple. What games are catching your eye in the eShop summer sales? Let me know in the comments below, and we're going to announce the winner for this one on the coming Saturday's deals video. With that though, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, get comfortable, should probably get the credit card ready too, honestly, and let's get started. So as always, look to the lower left corner to see if it's available in your region, and let's go big with the first game today, Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. It's a masterpiece, there's no other way to say it, and I'd go as far as saying my favourite JRPG on the Nintendo Switch. Here I expect to be taking on the role of the hunted hero who's out to protect the land from destruction. I'm on my second playthrough with this one right now, and if you're a fan of the turn-based battle system style, this one is absolutely for you, with just stunning graphics, a killer soundtrack, English or Japanese audio, as well as the ability to jump between HD and 16-bit visuals. This thing earns the definitive in its name, and if you're even slightly curious but still a little, unsure about that 30% drop, download the demo, check it out, and just realize how amazing it is. Next up then, our sponsor for the video, HYPERCHARGE Unboxed, a game I reviewed previously on the channel, and I gave it a great 8 out of 10. Now I do want to point out that that review was not sponsored, nor was any other review on this channel, and you know, if you're a regular here, how hard I can be with my scores, so it absolutely gets my recommendation today with a great 30% off. This one, as I said, just think Toy Story with guns in visuals, and then in gameplay it's first person shooting with tower defense elements. Basically, choose your character, go crazy with customization, and then play solo, co-op or online. If shooting against waves ain't your thing, then how about a more traditional PvP experience? What impressed me most about this one though in the review, it wasn't just the tight controls, because they're really very good here, but it was the maps and how truly creative they are. As you explore, you start to realize how easy it is to go vertical and start climbing some of these crazy locations and getting this advantage. On top of this then though, Digital Cyber Cherries, they're all about updates. They've released a monster patch already, including new additions like new modes, mini games, tutorials, balancing, and then I will say there's even more in the works. I'm going to link my review and a breakdown of the patch that I did in the comments below, alongside a link to the eShop page. Go check it out, take a look, show them some support, and see if it's for you. So next up, another review from the channel, Levelhead. I gave this one also a great 8 out of 10, and yes, it absolutely deserved it. At a very base level, consider this one a Mario Maker clone, but a whole lot cheaper, and I think it's fair to say still as feature rich. This one, expect to find an extensive single player mode that then becomes endless thanks to its online creation tools. Here you'll find an extremely active and passionate online community that are all about creating the stunning through to, of course, the impossible. 90 plus levels in single player though, see your stats, compete for top scores, cross-platform play, cross-save, and then even couch co-op. Great game for platforming fans out there at 20% off. So what I would say now was a bit of a sleeper hit, but Bloodroots, this one coming in with 30% off. It's an isometric ultra-violent experience that definitely captures a hint of almost like Looney Tunes in its visuals. Maybe that's just me, but yeah. But this one though, it's one of those chaotic experiences where you'll die 1,000 times, but your heart will be racing and you'll never get bored of its, gratuitous violence and creativity. I mean, name the last game you killed someone with a carrot. Love the visuals though, love the concept, love the soundtrack, and I urge you to get out there as Mr. Wolf and get revenge on someone who left you for dead. Now, if you like the idea then of, let's say, Diablo mixed with samurais, Katana Kami, A Way of the Samurai Story may just be the game you're looking for. This one sees you take on the role of a Ronin who is helping a swordsmith get his daughter back after she was taken as collateral for a debt he owes. For those that played any of the previous Way of the Samurai entries, this drops that third person perspective though and goes for the isometric viewpoint, hence the Diablo reference. It's just extremely addictive stuff though, as you live the day-to-day of a swordsmith while exploring dungeons at night, collecting valuable materials to pay back this debt. It's for sure, I will say, a repetitive gameplay loop, but those that like, action mixed with crafting and looting should be impressed. Good discount too, with 30% off, and the first time I've actually seen it on sale. Okay, so a couple of quick ones for you now, and obvious ones, but Doom coming in with 50% off. This first person shooter is just a hell of a port, and the performance it gets out of the Switch honestly is up there with some of the best. If you like shooting, demons and metal, I urge you to grab this if you haven't already, with its deepest eShop sale yet as we await the coming sequel. Likewise then, Skyrim, the game that appears to be on every electronic device known to man, finally gets a solid drop too. If you've never played it before, you're for sure making some sacrifices with this Switch build, but there's still something about having it in the palm of your hands that makes the compromises worth it. So puzzle fans now, the Talos Principle dropping with a 50% discount. Here expect a first-person puzzle game in the tradition of philosophical science fiction, and by that description alone, you know if this one's for you already. If you need more, you're a sentient artificial intelligence in a simulation of ruins, and you must work your way through 120 puzzles. It's pretty much a slow burner in every aspect, this one, whether it's the first person gameplay or the storyline, but it's also incredibly rewarding, and I really enjoyed this one, and the talent of the team who made it definitely shines through. So a couple of races for you now. First up, we spoke about it in Saturday's video and now it joins the sale in the US, but Grid Autosport coming in with a 30% discount. Easily said, by far the best racer on the Switch. The only downside, still no implementation for online play. Instead though, what you will get is a huge career mode, local multiplayer and tons of race options. Then though, if you're looking for less arcade and let's say more simulation, check out WRC 8. I love this game, but go in knowing that the extensive single player will just kick your ass with its difficulty, and this is one of those experiences that will definitely reward you for patience and practice. So fighting fans then, this won't be for everyone, but My Hero 1's Justice 2 for the Nintendo Switch coming in with a 35% discount. Here I wouldn't say expect a ton of depth in the sense of crazy combos like you'd find with a 2D fighter, but what it lacks in that sort of challenge, it for sure makes up with just over the top visual design. Everything you can do in this one just feels and looks powerful. With a decently lengthy single player offering though, an active online community, multiple difficulty options and a ton of characters to choose from, I really did enjoy this one, and if you want to know more, I put out an extensive review over on the channel that came in at like 20 minutes, so maybe head there after this video and check it out. Okay, so AI the Somnium Files now with 50% off, and this is the game I single-handedly thank for basically getting me more curious in other visual novel experiences. While there's more gameplay here than in most thanks to its adventure elements, you can expect a lot of talking still. The story though is just absolutely insane and a hell of a ride. I brought it honestly when I just liked the cover art, and it was easily one of my top Switch games of 2019. Here though, expect part visual novel, part investigation, think R-rated Phoenix Wright, but just everything here impressed me, from the character and world design to the audio to the absolutely bleak murder mystery. There's a demo on the eShop, download it, check it out. It's a totally free way to get a taste and see if it's for you. So platforming fans now, New Super Lucky's Tale dropping a 30% discount on us, and it's about time we got a decent discount again. This platformer though, it ticks all the right boxes when it comes to a classic 3D platformer. Think tons of challenges from 3D levels to mini games to 2D side-scrolling challenges, a whole lot of collectibles, and then visuals and a soundtrack that just scream classic N64. The controls are solid though, it's not as easy as it looks, and if you go for full completion with this thing, you've for sure just got hours of entertainment ahead of you. So Dark Souls Remastered now matching its best price ever, and what a perfect way to follow up like a cutesy 3D platformer than the game that created the Souls-like tag for insane difficulty levels. This game actually goes back to the PS3 days, but I gotta say it's lost none of its charm. Here you play a lone warrior who in death must help save a cursed land. The visuals to this day though stand up, it will push you to your limit, but this is very much an experience about patience, about creating the right combination of weapons and armour, and then using magic to your advantage. I was addicted to this one myself, and playing it handheld alone is enough to easily get my recommendation. I'm not sure it's even fair to say genre best with this one, but more like it created an entire genre if you factor in Demon Soul that came before this entry. So a couple of Bandai Namco specials for you now that I've spoken about recently, but they get a whole new lowest sale price. Tales of Vesperia, another masterclass RPG on the Switch, coming in with 70% off, and it's an absolute steal. Maybe 10 years old, but it still stands as one of the very best in the Tales series. And then God Eater 3, I adore this game and can't recommend it enough, especially to fans of Monster Hunter. I've got some stick for it as well, but on the Switch I will say I much prefer this game over Monster Hunter Generations. I just think its pace and optimization works better on the console. In a nutshell though, it's Monster Hunter with anime visuals, and that's going to be enough for most of you out there. So 2D platformer fans, especially those that like games such as Flashback, it's pretty clear it was a heavy influence on this one, but Ministry of Broadcast. This 2D platformer, it blends a slightly slower pace that you would expect of that kind of cinematic platformer style, but with just this insane storyline where you're basically taking part in a game show and trying not to die so you can see your family again. It's basically the Running Man in its plot in this weird dystopian future. While it can get a little frustrating, I will say at times, they've done a great job with this one overall, and I enjoyed both the gameplay, the puzzle solving, and that seriously dark sense of humour the story presents. Also, I gotta say, the visuals and especially the audio, it's top quality stuff, and this is a huge 40% discount for such a new release. Alright, so my pickup of the video, can't necessarily recommend it, haven't played this one, but I'm kind of ashamed to say that, but yeah, Creatures in the Well. Missed the last discount on this one, so I'm happy to finally see it again. Reviews are up there as solid stuff, but it basically combines hack and slash mechanics with pinball. Two genres I never thought I would see combined. Sounds great, the visuals look stunning, and the 35% discount is exactly what I was looking for, so I can't wait to get into this one. Puzzle fans then, N++, this is no doubt a game that could cause rage quitting and switch damage, but it's a great experience that for the right audience will for sure give you hours of playtime. The idea here is basically this: use momentum and platform your way around, find collectibles and unlock exits to progress. Expect though lots of deaths, if not from falling from ledges, then thanks to the enemies that all also want a piece of you. The minimalistic visuals absolutely work for me though, the controls are literally perfect in my eyes, and then content wise, 4,340 levels. Even then, that's before you get stuck into the custom level editor, competitive mode, co-op mode, and more. Great game, and I gotta say, killer soundtrack too. My penultimate game then for this video, Inside, a game I think it's fair to call one of, if not the best puzzle platformer adventure game ever made. If the stunningly bleak visuals of this one don't get you, then the creepy undertone that runs through it all will, and it's definitely a weird little experience. Showing this particularly bleak dystopian future though, expect to be working out puzzles in the environment, and just learning more about this one-of-a-kind experience. It's short, but you won't regret it, and it will absolutely stick with you for long after the credits roll. So my last game then, and a game that has stuck with me personally for years, but Firewatch. Not only do I own the game on nearly every console it's touched, but I have the final soundtrack, and then I have artwork from the game adorning my walls. This isn't the best build of the game, but the handheld mode for me was something I absolutely needed in my life. Telling an incredibly touching story though that kind of loses it a little bit towards the end, but still doesn't do enough to hurt the overall experience. But the conversations in this game, they're penned at, in my opinion, a Hollywood level. The intrigue is just very real, the visuals absolutely capture that feeling of wide open nature, and then the soundtrack just absolutely stunning and worth a listen even if you don't pick up the game itself. Check out the track's prologue and Ultra Shown, an incredible acoustic piece that just captures the spirit of this entire experience so perfectly it's almost scary. And that's it, another week down. Again, I want to thank our sponsor for this video, HYPERCHARGE Unboxed, coming from Digital Cyber Cherries. I have linked you to that eShop page in the pinned comment below, so give it a look. There's a lot to like with that one if you like your first person shooters. And yeah, just let's show them some support. With that though, as always, thanks so much for joining me for this video. As I said, this is just a special. We're still going to have our Thursday and Saturday editions. So if you're new here, hit subscribe, join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.